Welcome, welcome. Right, it's our Wednesday night business presentation, and guys, we've got a doozy for you tonight. Okay, so far I'm here with Justin Clark and Jason Lancaster, who's going to be telling us a little bit about his journey. It's a phenomenal story. You guys really want to stay around for this. And we're also waiting on one more speaker who's having a few issues. So we're trying to see what we can do in the interim, but that's not going to detract from what we're about to show you guys here tonight. This is going to be so awesome. We got a major announcement that Justin's going to be talking about in a little while. But yeah, let us know where you're watching from. Welcome one and all. We are a global company, so I know that there are people right across the world watching this. I myself, it's 2 a.m. my time. I'm here in Portugal. And I know that there are people all around the world awake at different times. I know we got people in the UK. It's also 2 a.m. there. I see people all over the US, like Trish from Colorado, tuning in. So yeah, it's really amazing. This is a good Wednesday. It's going to be powerful, and our announcement that we're going to be making soon has been a long time coming, and it's part of something that we've been working on for the last 7 years, guys. This has been one heck of a journey for Justin and myself. There's been blood, there's been sweat, and there's been a lot of tears to try and get us to this point where we can deliver one of the most amazing products in the space. Okay, we thrive on this idea that what we want to do is to be able to put into the hands of regular people the most powerful software when it comes to trading crypto. And you guys need to see this. Right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hop over and I'm just going to give it over to Justin Clark. Justin, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Paul. And yeah, I'm hoping that Christian gets his internet connection sorted out here this evening. We might have somebody who's in here to pinch hit tonight and share their story. So we will see who ends up making it here this evening. We got people tuning in from all over, and for good reason, because we do have something really exciting happening here at iCoinPro. And again, like Paul mentioned, if you're watching this live or you're watching it on a replay, let us know, how you're tuning into this broadcast. So I want to welcome everybody here. And before we get into the exciting news and the big announcement here tonight, which is a major technological advance for us, and our ability to deliver trades to people in real time. I want to just talk briefly about what iCoinPro is. So if anybody's not familiar with what iCoinPro is, we can cover that quickly here. And then also share a little bit about my background and how this all came about here tonight. So first off, iCoinPro is a company that was the brainchild of Paul D'Souza, really, back in 2016, maybe even a little bit before that. And it opened the door to a discussion about starting a company to educate people about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That launched led us to launch this company in 2017. And when we launched it with, hope and a prayer, so to speak. We had, I think, gosh, Paul, how many modules do you think we started with? Probably 12 modules, I think, training modules, somewhere around there, 10 to 12. And we recorded a lot of videos. Some of them, maybe there was just a little too much talking in them, not enough meat on the bone. But we were getting started. And we had a vision of creating a company that could really show people, the power of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, really take them from a point of knowing absolutely nothing about this subject to becoming fluent in it and understanding how these crypto coins work. And also, I got enamored with trading, these markets. And that began a journey that took me a couple years to really nail down the strategy and find something that was truly workable for everyone who came into contact with it and decided to learn the system, And that took several years. It wasn't until September 2019 when I was able to actually perfect the trading strategy, kind of shed all the dead weight, the stuff that was not working, and just be able to focus on the simple trade that worked, So from that point forward, it was really a matter of technological development and how do we find these trades, right? Because if anybody's in cryptocurrency, and you guys can comment if you've been in cryptocurrency or been around for a while, there's not just Bitcoin, okay? There are a lot of different coins and a lot of different ones moving. And at certain points, there are really hot trades on different coins. And the challenge was, how do we sort through these hundreds, if not thousands of different coins to bring the best trades to our traders at the moment that they're happening, okay? So that was really what the company was on the path to create all of these years. So now, I also want to address something as well. So I've been full-time now in network marketing and affiliate marketing for, over almost a quarter of a century, which sounds so weird to say, but I definitely got the gray hairs to prove it. I posted on Facebook today, I just hit 50 this year, and the mail that I'm getting now is starting to change. I'm getting advertisements for preparing for end of life matters and stuff like that. So it proves I am up there. I'm getting up there, in the years. But all of this experience really has come to, to really an amazing point here with iCoinPro from so many different aspects. First off, the trading aspect, which we have perfected over these years. But also, listen, I've been around in network marketing and affiliate marketing for, almost 25 years now, full time, doing this successfully. And I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And right now in this industry, man, I'll tell you what, companies are dropping like flies. They're becoming affiliate marketing programs in marketing. They're doing that because their products can't hold up in the current online environment, right? How many companies do you see their products or knockoff products now being sold on Amazon or on eBay? People undercutting the company prices there. All right, so they're struggling. And if a company finds something that's a hot product in network marketing, listen, there are companies that will just reverse engineer those products, create them, and sell them on eBay and Amazon for less and with better reviews than what the network marketing companies can do. So a lot of these companies have overinflated prices. And they're having challenges. I was at a major network marketing conference one year, and there was a whole panel trying to address this issue. And unfortunately, nothing happened. But here's the really critical thing. Most network marketing companies are selling what are called liabilities. Now, if you're familiar with Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, say so in the comments. I'd love to see how many people have read that book. But in that book, Robert Kiyosaki talks about the concept of, to develop true wealth, you've got to invest in what are called assets, income producing assets. And you need to avoid or minimize liabilities in your life. And what's a liability? It's something that you're spending more money on than it's making you. Well, pretty much every network marketing company out there sells liabilities, right? You're not making money from the toothpaste that you're getting unless you're recruiting other people into that company, all right? Well, iCoinPro, and this is why I feel like we are probably the best opportunity in network marketing right now, maybe the best that's ever existed, because we have a product in the micro profit system, in this trading system, where a person can make not only more than what they're spending a month, which is $40 or $50 a month if you are all in and you have everything we have to offer. You can make more than that. Not only more than that, many, many, many multiples more than that, okay? Using the trading system, even potentially a full-time income as you build up your balance and continue to trade with it, which I know Jason's going to talk about that here tonight. So this system defeats one of the biggest downfalls of almost all network marketing companies that I've ever seen. And that's this simple fact. People get into them to make money, and then they end up spending $100, $200 a month on these auto ships. All right. And then as soon as their budget gets tight, like right now with all the inflation running rampant and, the economic challenges and everything going on, that budget gets tight and they cancel that auto ship and they are gone, right? And you can't ever build because it's just like you're building on quicksand, all right, in these network marketing companies. So we have the first product where when somebody comes in, we don't even care if they become an affiliate. We don't even care if they, become a network marketer and sell our product. The reason being is the product itself is so strong, right, that they are able to make money just using the product and even potentially a full-time income, even if they never refer a single person. But here's why this is like lightning in a bottle. Because guess what happens? Once a person starts using this product, once they start making money trading with the system, and they're doing it consistently month in, month out, okay? You can do one trade. I made a trade this morning. It made me 3 times in one trade what it costs for the monthly membership, okay? One trade using this system, all right? So, again, this is something I think that's never been seen before in the affiliate marketing space, in network marketing, all right? And it's why this company continues and continues to grow and expand, why we are still here standing strong 7 years later through 2 different bear markets, okay? Other companies that you thought would have been here, right, that were run by gurus and geniuses and this, that, and the other thing have imploded and fallen apart. $52 billion asset coins we've seen turn to zero overnight, right, in this industry. Luna, anybody? All right. We have lived through all of this, and we have continued to grow. We have continued to prosper. We have continued to improve our technologies and make this company greater every single year. So right now, tonight, we have a major announcement, and it's a significant release for the company. Again, why I've gone on this journey, and it's great to see Paul Gibbons here, Gibby, as he's known, because he's been around network marketing. He knows what I'm talking about. He's built those companies that are like building on quicksand. Every month you put in 10 new people and you lose 20, and that's no good. You can't build that way, right? So with us, when people get locked in on our 1-week course, it takes 1 week now to learn this system, all right? And they start using our technologies, they're hooked, and they're hooked for life. And it's something that no matter what happens, the last thing they're going to do is cancel their iCoinPro membership. And the reason for that is it's an income producing asset for them. It's making them, in a lot of cases, way more than their monthly subscription. So I think we've got something truly special here. And with the announcement that we'll be making here shortly, again, hang on. I want you to hear from Paul and these speakers, and then we'll talk about what's going on here tonight. So hang on through the end of this presentation, and we will talk about that. So Paul, we have, yes, record number of viewers here tonight, of course, because we got the good news going on. Paul, could you come out and just, and I want to brag on Paul for a minute here, Paul D'Souza. He saw Bitcoin way before a lot of other people, okay? I was thick-headed. Paul was beating me up about Bitcoin, and I just, for some reason, could not wrap my head around it. If anybody else can identify with what I'm talking about, comment on this video. I don't know if you had that friend who was all excited about Bitcoin, and they're trying to tell you about Bitcoin, and you're like, man, what are you buying? Bags of digital hot air? I mean, what are you spending real money on this phony internet money for, right? I didn't get it. I remember even sitting with another gentleman who was mining Bitcoin even, way early, I think in 2013, and mining tons of Bitcoin, went on to become phenomenally wealthy from it. I still didn't get it, okay? So Paul was the smartest man in the room way before a lot of other people. He did get it. Fortunately, he introduced me to it, which has been life-changing for myself. It's given me, I believe, one of the best, most amazing ways to generate money on demand on the internet without having to rely on anybody else, okay? It puts me in total control, because once you learn this system, it's a skill that no one can ever take away from you. So Paul, if you wouldn't mind, just share a little bit about your journey with Bitcoin and crypto. And then let's hear from Jason and also Gibby as well here tonight. You're muted, Paul.
I'm not muted now. Justin, thank you so much for the introduction. And yeah, folks, if you didn't understand Bitcoin the first time someone tried to tell you about it, just drop something in the comments. I'd really like to see this, because I don't know a single person that understood Bitcoin the first time that they were told about it. And because that was me. Okay. Really, I'm talking early days, around 2011. Someone tried to explain Bitcoin to me, and to be quite honest with you, it sounded like they wanted me to play video games on the internet. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with games like World of Warcraft, where in order to progress, you need to mine assets within this game, and you got to mine gold, and then you use your gold for upgrades on your weapons and characters and so on. So when someone tried to tell me that I needed to use my computer on the internet to do mining, I thought what they wanted me to do was World of Warcraft and then mine gold and then sell it to other people for real world money. That's what I thought Bitcoin was. That's how, like, my perception, and I was not interested in doing that. So I didn't pay any attention to it. Like, I genuinely thought it was a lot of hogwash, honestly. So yeah, if you didn't get Bitcoin the first time I try and tell you about it, guess what? You're in same company, okay? And yeah, it just was over my head. And then I was living in London in the UK at the time, and a friend of mine, this was in 2012, a friend of mine from South Africa was moving over and was staying in my place for a couple of weeks, and he explained Bitcoin to me, but he did a far better job. I still didn't quite get it the second time around, but it kind of sat there. It was sort of like in the back of my head, and I'd see it come up in the news every once in a while, and I'd pay attention with half an ear. I still didn't fully get it. And I suppose because I wasn't ready for it, and I wasn't ready until 2015. Now, I had been doing a lot of online marketing and buying and selling online advertising, and using PayPal to send and receive funds. And I was in Manila in the Philippines when one day I tried to log into my PayPal account, and my PayPal account had been shut down. And I got an email from PayPal saying, "We don't quite understand your business model, so therefore we don't want you as a customer. So we're going to hold your money for 6 months. We've frozen your money, but don't worry, we're going to give it back to you after 6 months." Now, I don't know anyone that can actually come out of a situation like that and still be able to operate. Again, now, being in a foreign country without the correct paperwork, I wasn't able to open up a merchant account, a bank account, a Payoneer account. I couldn't. So I had to try and find a way to be able to send and receive money while, still trying to keep my business afloat. And I remembered, hey, my buddy Daryl was telling me about this Bitcoin thing. So I reached out to him and I said to him, can I use this Bitcoin thing to send and receive money over the internet? And he said to me, it is money. So I said, okay, you're going to need to explain it to me. So he did for 4 hours nonstop. He just typed. We were on WhatsApp, and he just typed, and I just kept hitting him with questions. And when he was done explaining it to me, I had what I could only describe as a crypto epiphany. I realized a number of things about Bitcoin and crypto, and I realized how impactful that they were going to be, and how this was going to completely change the world. And one of the things that immediately drew me to it was the fact that anyone who owns crypto and controls it in a wallet where they have the keys, they're in 100% control of their money, and nobody can take it from them. And obviously what had just happened with me with PayPal, like, this was the answer to the solution to something like that. And it spoke volumes to me. And also, being from I'm originally from South Africa, even though I live in Portugal now. But as an African, I can tell you that there are so many unbanked people throughout Africa that have a huge issue trying to get hold of any kind of documentation that would allow them to open up a bank account. And African art and curios, it's a massive business worldwide. I mean, there are so many talented people throughout the continent of Africa that would love to be able to sell some of the things that they create online. Okay, a lot of people from Europe and all over the US absolutely love African art. And how can some of these people do business when they cannot open up a bank account because they cannot get hold of an ID book or or a birth certificate or anything like that? And with Bitcoin and crypto, a person just needs a mobile phone with a wallet on it, and they're in business. So this to me, it started opening up like a lot of these doors, and I just wanted to share this with as many people as possible. And if a person wasn't willing to listen, I was going to cable tie them to a chair and make them listen, because I knew that this thing was going to be big. And I used to do a lot of business with Justin back then. Justin used to buy a lot of advertising from me. Like he said, he was in network marketing, and he was one of my best clients at the time. So he reached out to me and he said to me, "Hey, listen, I need to buy some advertising." And I said to him, "Okay, sure, but you need to pay me with Bitcoin." And guys, his answer to me was, "No, I don't want to. What is that? I don't know what that is. Like, I don't want. I want to use US dollar. I can't use PayPal." I'm like, "I don't have a PayPal account." He's like, "I don't want to use this Bitcoin." He was negative, guys. Like, he was negative. Now, if you are negative about crypto, great, because the more negative you are about it, when you realize what it can do, okay, you're going to be, how negative you were is how positive you're going to be. You're going to, like a switch is going to flip, all right, and you're going to go from being one way to being a complete opposite. Okay, and Justin was that guy. He was negative, did not want to know. Luckily, another friend of ours had been looking at Bitcoin and also spoke to him. So he said, "Okay, there might be something in this." So I said to him, you need to do yourself one favor and just go and take a hard look at it." So he did. And then he came back to me and he was excited. He was like, "Hey man, did you know that you can trade this thing?" I said, "Yeah, it's like a commodity." So he was like, "I'm going to find a way to be able to trade it." So off he went, and he was trying to figure out how to trade Bitcoin, and he losing money and like bleeding money. And he'd come back to me every few days, and he'd say to me, "Hey man, I've nearly got it. Like, I've nearly got it. Like, one of these days I'm going to crack the code." And he was not a trader. Justin's mom did a little bit of trading back in the day, but he himself was not a trader. So he basically starting with fresh eyes. Okay, like many of the people that have joined iCoinPro who have gone on to do amazing, amazing things. People like Jason that's on this call here today, like, you're going to hear it from him. Knew nothing. Now he's an awesome trader. So Justin was that guy too. And one day he came back to me and he said, "Hey, I've got it." "Or what have you got?" He said, "I found a certain pattern that when I see it and I trade it, I win my trades." So we got super, super excited. And back then, if you were looking for any info on crypto or Bitcoin, you had to search the internet. You really had to dig deep and look around and try and find articles, videos, and so on. They were all over the place. There were no Bitcoin schools or crypto academies or anything like that at the time. And we saw an opportunity that we could educate a lot of people, okay, on what crypto could do and where it was going and where it came from, and not only about crypto, but money itself. Because when you understand money, you understand crypto, or the need for crypto and the benefits and so on. So we decided, well, why don't we start a company where we can help all these people? On the one side, we can teach them where crypto came from, where it's going, what it does, what the benefits are. And on the other side, we can teach people how to make money from crypto through trading it. And that's how iCoinPro was born. And like Justin was saying in the beginning, we had, it was minimal. We were very minimalistic. We had very, very few modules, and we just kept adding on and adding on and adding on until iCoinPro became the behemoth that it is today. And then at some point, we became a software company because we developed a piece of software called the Trade Finder and developed that into a monster product in and of its own. And what the Trade Finder does is it does exactly as the name suggests. Some people might refer to them as trading signals. Well, our software finds trades for you based on the parameters that we at iCoinPro use. And it spits out trades at you 24/7. And it is the most amazing piece of software that I have ever seen in a long, long time. And then we eventually came out with our trading portal, which was a complete game changer for people that were using the Trade Finder and our tools together, because it just sort of brought everything together. Now, tonight, we're going to be making an announcement in that regard, which I'm not going to steal Justin's thunder, because this is all him. Hey, like, Justin, this is all Justin's baby. But I know there's been many, many hours that have gone into this, a lot of sweat, a lot of pain, a lot of tears. But now we're at a point where we're going to be taking it to the next step. And guys, there's a lot more coming down the line. But we needed to get with this out of the way in order for us to be able to forge a path to some of the things that we want to be doing moving forward. So like this is sort of like it's been a huge not stumbling block, but it's been a huge milestone for us to achieve in order for us to be able to get to the next level. And today's the day. We're making this announcement today. So sit tight. That's coming up. What I want to do right now is I want to bring out Jason first. Jason joined us a couple of years ago now. A couple of years, not knowing the first thing about trading. Okay, he was looking for an out, and he found it with iCoinPro, and he's gone on as a person that knew nothing about trading to now becoming a full-time trader with iCoinPro. Jason Lancaster, why don't you come on out, tell people where you're from, what you're about, what's your background, how much trading experience you had when you joined iCoinPro, and how your life has now completely changed.
Hey, man, thanks for that, Paul. Sure appreciate it. You and Justin, man, I can't thank you guys enough, honestly, for what you've done for my life, my family, and for everybody in our community. I mean, man, I don't even know where to start, because when I came in in 2019, which was year and a half to 2 years after we started. And I couldn't believe what I saw, honestly. At the time when I joined, I watched an 1.5-hour video, and it was Justin breaking down what you guys see in condensed in a boot camp. Well, back then it was just videos and, a little bit more scattered, but it was very easily doable even back then with all the, without the tools. Then you guys now are very, very spoiled. But just to kind of rewind it back, I came online in 2012. My main reason for coming online, like a lot of you guys, we had the crash of 2009, 2008. That really kind of got the ball rolling for me. I did try to get involved in some cleaning companies, tried to buy one guy out for cleaning business. It didn't work. A couple outbid me on it. And then I tried to partner with a friend of mine here locally on a gym, but I couldn't get enough money at the time on a loan. And I didn't really have much education on getting funding or anything like that. And 2012, 2013 came along. And that's when I started coming online, got into affiliate marketing, just kind of, joining, quitting, you're green, you're new, you don't really understand. And I kept jumping, but I kept staying with it. I didn't quit. I kept getting in webinars, learning, stuff like that. And guys, in 2012, when I first started, I knew nothing about a computer, to be honest with you. The only thing I could do was go to a browser and get on Facebook. That's all I could do. I mean, I'm serious when I tell you that. I couldn't do anything. And I hated technology at the time. When I joined affiliate marketing, I had no idea what I was in for. Fast forward 2 to 3 years later, I was building software funnels from scratch. So that kind of shows you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. And affiliate marketing was great. It had its period around 2018. I got tired of, companies going and coming. I joined, had probably the most momentum I'd ever had online, because I worked a full-time job and it was a swing shift. So it was really, really hard for me to do affiliate marketing on the side, but I did it anyway because I knew I needed an extra income, and I didn't know at the time what was going to happen with our job, because, even though I worked for the government at the time, I worked in the civilian part, and we had a lot of cutbacks through the years. And our overtime was getting cut. They were cross-training people. It's just like you will see in the private sector jobs, because we're on the civilian side. I worked at the dam, so I worked on the river, and man, it just seemed like every few years, cutting. It became a trend. And so 2018, the last affiliate marketing company I was in, they were in transition. They looked like they were transitioning the right way. We were doing really well in our business and what we had. Well, unfortunately, we caught the tail end of it. They crashed. The company sold out to another company. And man, it really kind of crushed me from the standpoint. I was like, I've got to go and get a skill that has nothing to do with the company. I've got to get something, that can't nobody take away. And what better than trading, right? I was already following crypto traders, Forex traders at the time. I didn't know anything about it, to be honest with you. The only reason why I followed them was because I did the hope and pray method with investing with crypto, and it worked. It worked several times. I would buy when Bitcoin dipped real low. I would buy, hold, because I had a job. I could be patient, right? So even if it took a few years to double, I had a job, and I really, to be honest with you, had too much invested. But I was very ignorant when it come to investing and didn't know what I was doing. But luckily, it did pay off. It did give me a lot of good wins along the way. And in 2018, when that company crashed, I joined iCoinPro in March 2019. And I was familiar with crypto, didn't know anything about trading. Like I said, I'd follow traders, and I kept debating which one I should join between Forex and crypto. And I happened to know Justin from being online. I knew some affiliate marketers that had actually joined his MLM company that he had before iCoinPro. And I liked what he was doing with the power line, that kind of stuff. And was a fan of kind of how he marketed, did it a classy way. And I kind of watched iCoinPro from afar, but I had no idea it was a trading company, guys. When it started in 2017, and I had a lot of top marketers on my Facebook profile, but I was thinking it was just crypto education. I had no idea it was trading until I started seeing all these wins from people. So that's how I got started. I got started in March 2019. And I wanted out of my swing shift job. I've been working for the Army Corps Engineers at the dam. I was just a lock and down operator, so I don't want to glorify it. I made $60,000 to $70,000 a year, working swing shift. Y'all know how it is. You work some weeks, you work 50, 60 hours. And so if I can do it working swing shift, you guys don't have an excuse, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want any excuses, because that's going days, nights. I mean, if there's a wheel, like Justin said before, if there's a wheel, there's a way to get it done. And I started in March of 2019. I did lose some trades in the beginning. And to be honest, most of the trades I lost was just due to me, was due to myself, and not due to the system. It does take a little time to build up your discipline, because if you'll get a checklist when you get inside the boot camp, and you'll see what you need to do before you take a trade. And there will be times you'll enter wrong. You may exit wrong and had a chance to get out. You'll go through that learning period. And then after that learning period, which is very, very short, because if you're going to trade Forex and futures, I'm here to tell you it's going to take years to learn. This does not take years, guys. This does not take years to learn. You'll have a high win rate pretty quick. You just got to build your discipline and stick with that rule. I think our rule at the time, and Justin can correct me if I'm wrong on this, I believe we have a 5% rule, 3 or 5% rule in your drawdown. You just go ahead and sell when you're new, and you don't really know what you're doing. But what you're going to find out is with the micro profit system, taking 0.3s and 0.5s, a 97% win rate. And some of us think it's probably higher, but if you stick with that, that's really stress-free trading. It's very stress-free. Like I said, you'll go through your learning curve at first, and then each year you're going to get better. You're going to build that discipline, and if you do have a heartbreaking loss, because I had one, Justin's had one, we've all had one. And if you go away from your discipline and don't stick with it and learn what we've put in there for you guys not to, trust me, you will get it. And each year you'll get better. You'll learn the higher time frames. That's what helps and I didn't understand it my first year. Like, I didn't really understand the 1 hour, 4 hour and daily my first year. Like I said, I was working a full-time job. And the second year I started seeing the same patterns. You just get to seeing these same patterns. And the same ones you see on those earlier time frames, you'll see on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. And then you'll start being able to put everything together. And then it becomes very, very stress-free, even if you'll learn to ride trades if you want to. It's really what you want to do. And so that's kind of my story, guys. That's how I got started. And as of right now, I've made over $60,000 this year. There's usually 3 to 4 months out of the year we make the bulk of our money. And this month right here is the slowest month of all months in crypto. So this is your worst. If you're just starting out, just wait. It's coming. The market always rewards itself to and you'll get an idea after doing it for years how much we'll get. And that's kind of how I got started, how I've done. This is a 6-figure skill set. You can make that. And also, I want to really let you guys know it's very part-time. So I think there's a lot of misconceptions that we just sit behind a computer 10, 12 hours a day. I can tell you right now, last month, I had one of my biggest trades of the year. I think I made right around $7,500 on the trade last month. I wrote Bitcoin when it dumped. I wrote it down and wrote it right back up. And yeah, it was a big day. I did stay in the trade overnight because I was waiting for it to come, and I wanted to trade it live and maximize that trade. And that's probably the best trade as far as execution from start to exit to entry entry to exit that I've done. And so that kind of shows you what you can do. And I traded very conservative the first quarter of the year. So there's probably people that can do a lot better than that. Where I made 60, there's probably people who can do 70, 80. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on your skill set, how good you do. I trade very conservative. There's some that trade a lot more riskier than I do. And so it really just depends on what you want, how you want your trading to be, what kind of life you want to design for yourself. Because iCoinPro, it really allows you to be able to do that. This is very part-time. I mean, that trade where I made over 7,000, guys, I was probably glanced at the trade every hour or two. You know, once I was in it and saw a dip, I knew it was. I looked at you'll learn your resistance points. You'll know when it's going. So all you got to do is pull your phone, just peek at it. You know, as it's going, just kind of pick every little bit. So that it's not like you're constantly grinding and just staring at your computer. To be honest with you, I told Justin, this is all I've traded on for years. I mean, my first few months of trading, this is the iPhone. It's a 14 Plus, and this is where I traded on. And I started out on an iPhone XR, and I still use that phone sometimes. When this phone is dying, I'll pull out that phone and use it. So, you know, you don't need any kind of fancy equipment. An old iPhone or old Android will work just fine. And,
Jason, I see Angela's asking a question. Let me bring it up here. How many hours a day do you spend trading? Let's answer that for Angela, because a lot of people have this misconception that you got to be in front of your computer the whole day and spend 10 hours a day staring at graphs and charts. The
only time we really, I would say, put in full-time work is those two. I would say, and Justin and Paul, you guys know, about 8 to 12 weeks out of the year when we're really busy, and it's during a bull market, you know, where you might be putting in full-time hours when you calculate your actually look time and stuff like that, because I do maximize my time when the going is good, guys. I will stay up and take those trades late, you know, because you want to maximize when it's good, right? And so I will maximize that time. So I would say 2 to 3 months out of the year, you're busy. The rest of the time, 1 to 2 trades a day. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them are easy. You'll have trades you're in and out in 15, 20 minutes. You know, you'll have some trades a few hours. You know, it just really depends on the market, what it's doing. And you'll get a feel of the market.
What would you say your average time spent a day on trading is?
So during the busy time, you know, I would say 6 to 8 hours, maybe at the max. And then I would say slow time, regular months, hour to 2 hours, maybe 2 to 3 trades a day, kind of like what Justin says, 2 to 4 trades a week. You know,
how many hours in front of the computer? Asks Angela. How many hours in front of the computer? So you're saying about 2 hours out of your day in front of your computer?
Yep.
And I don't use a computer, Angela, just to let you know. I just use my cell phone. But honestly, if you guys want to use a computer, you can. I am going to be actually doing more of looking at a computer coming up because I'm adding something in, because you got plenty of time to add other income streams, and I'm doing it. So I have a pretty big monitor. I have one monitor, but it's a widescreen monitor, and that's I have a laptop, my MacBook Air plugged up to it, and that's how I trade. And
I think this is so. How long have you been full-time trading now, Jason?
Since really, was that 2022? 2022 is when I left my job. I did put in, I'd say, full-time hours, probably from 20 or 21 on, but it's not the same. Y'all know, when I thought I was full-time, but I wouldn't. It's different when you're working a job. You're not fresh. You're not thinking at times. So I would say since 2021.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's cool this year. I mean, you made about what you were making working your 60 to 70 hour a week job. Now you're working about 2 hours a day on your own
To be honest with you, man, a lot of people don't know this. This is an IRS rule that my tax lady told me, and I haven't been using it. So you guys need, if you guys wanted to just trade full time and didn't want to add nothing else, I am adding other stuff, but you do avoid if you and I actually called the IRS to talk to them about this just to clarify. They look at you how many trades you do in a year. So there's an IRS rule: if you trade more than 4 times in a week, you do avoid the self-employment tax as a business owner. Yeah. But that's if you're only trading. You know,
and definitely check in with your tax accountant on anything. Yeah,
check with the tax accountant and all that. It's on your site.
Yep, definitely tax advantages to be a full-time trader.
Sorry for talking over you, Justin. Jason, you know what? That was so awesome, and you've gone above and beyond, dude. Like, there was a lot of things that you said that answered people's questions, and I know Angela stepped in with a couple of questions there, which you addressed. So awesome, and it's so nice having you on because you're a real person. Like, you're not a paid actor to come on here and speak. And guys, like, there you have it. Jason Lancaster from Alabama, who's become a full-time trader with our system.
I'll answer this question just really quick. Yeah, we trade only spot market, which means we're just buying and selling. We buy low, we sell high. That's all we do. We don't do any type of what's called leverage trading. We're very big on risk management. And I'll just speak on this just really quickly here, Paul, because listen, there's lots of guys in Lamborghinis that they rent that are going to be out there on Instagram and stuff like that, bro. If you ever see me doing an Instagram post in front of my, rented, Bentley or something like that, please shoot me. Okay. Because like, really, I have no desire at all to do that type of marketing. This system is not designed to make overnight millionaires. It's designed to free people, just like Jason is now. Right. And it's designed to help you replace your income from what you're doing and create a lifestyle that's absolutely amazing. And now coupled with the network marketing side of this, it's even better. But if you study trading, you're going to find out that 95% of people in traditional trading fail. They don't make money. Okay. They either break even or they lose money. We have blown the doors off of that statistic with this system. All right. We have upset that apple cart so severely. Our traders succeed, and they succeed in spades. And it's because of everything that's in this system. If you're doing leverage trading, if you're doing Forex and all these different things, if you're following these gurus, I'm sorry, the writing's on the wall. We already know the statistics on that. Okay. We know where you're going to end up. There's only 2 ways that I've seen that you can make money from markets. And the one way is investing and holding on for dear life through 85, 95% drawdowns because you believe in something, right? And your time horizon for profit is decades. Okay. Or you start trading like we trade here, small amounts in and out, compound that money. Jason started with like $400 when he started trading. Okay. And he's targeting, 6 figures now in his personal trading per year. So again, patience pays. Learn this system. Whatever you want to do with it, you can do. Okay. Paul, sorry, back to you, buddy.
There is a question which is aimed at Jason. Was Jason counting the time he was stuck in trades while he was doing other things, or literally watching the charts the whole time, 6 to 8 hours a day?
Yes. Yeah, I do, because when times are good, you're not going to be really stuck in trades. And if you are stuck in trades, it's because you want to be stuck in trades. Like, that's why I said I was stuck in a trade the other night. But when you're stuck in a trade, you're not monitoring the screen because you know where it's going. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that's where people in the first few years, and I had to learn it too. You've got to learn those higher time frames if you're not going to do the micro profit system and take the 0.3s and 0.5 guys. So you've got that's why Justin taught and gives us a lot of videos on those higher time frames. It alleviates that stress. So when you're stuck in a trade, you know where it's going. You see your resistance points on those higher time frames, so you don't have to stress. I don't stress about it. I've gotten to where, to be honest with you, that trade I had the other night, I wasn't stressed about it. I was up to 4 o'clock in the morning.
You knew I was
monitoring it, every 30 minutes or. So yeah, I am counting the trades that I do get stuck in, but that very rarely happens. that I get stuck in the trade. Sometimes I do it on purpose, and sometimes like a few weeks ago, I got stuck in one with a bad entry. And so I was stuck in that a lot longer than I wanted to. And that was on me. And I knew it was a bad entry. And I didn't have the right amount on my balance. I trade based on my confidence, like Justin. And I had too much in the trade to begin with. And so I ended up having a break even on that one. And that's extremely rare because I've only lost 4 or 5 trades all year. So it's very, very rare I ever lose a trade. And I can go on and honestly tell you, I've only lost 1 or 2 trades by the system all year. And it was the video that Justin has showing us how to avoid that trade. So my trade would actually be at 100% disclaimer if I had done everything that he's got back there in the back office. So the 4 or 5 losses I've had this year is on me. It's not on iCoinPro.
It's never the system.
No.
I will share this. A couple other things here. We've got Angela's asking about, can we use a trailing stop? Yes. There's no software that I found that's very effective at it. So you have to do it kind of manually. There's a video where I train exactly how we do it. So you'll learn that as part of the system, and you can just move that trailing stop. Time frames that are mostly used, and this is turning into a training call, which, hey, let's do it. So we mainly, all of our trades, we enter on the 5-minute chart, okay? You're going to learn that in the boot camp. Listen, if you feel or have any questions about whether or not you can do this, just do our free boot camp. It takes you literally about 40 minutes to do. You will learn your first trade. You will learn charts, okay? You will learn how to set an alert. You will gain so much confidence in yourself and in the system in that 40 minutes that you can absolutely do this. And I'll tell you this, even if you come in and you get signed up as a paid member tonight, the boot camp is essential. I know it's a freebie that we give away. Everybody needs to do the boot camp. It covers absolutely essential stuff that you'll need to know there. But the 5-minute chart is our go-to. The larger time frames are just to give us an idea of potential, what could potentially be happening, whether the market's high, whether it's low, whether we need to be more cautious because it is high, or whether we can be more bold, as Jason was talking about with the trade, because the market has hit, what's a potential low for the market at the time.
Right. Jason, thank you so much. Justin, thank you so much. Let's move on. Otherwise, we're going to be the whole night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out our next guest, Mr. Paul Gibbons, Gibby from the UK. So Paul Gibbons, he found us a couple of months ago and he got super, super excited. And he has introduced more than 50 people. I think 53 is the number to iCoinPro. He's brought them on board because he saw something in iCoinPro that he desperately wanted to share with as many people as possible. So, Mr. Paul Gibbons, come on out, tell people why. Like, what was it that you saw that you really wanted people to know about with iCoinPro?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me on. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Fantastic. Sorry, I know my internet's not great, so I do apologize for this, but I'm so excited to be on here and listening to Jason, listening to, so many people in the group that have been trading with iCoinPro for years and years and years. That's not me. I joined the company. I had absolutely no idea about trading. In fact, spent all of my life really avoiding crypto because, I am 35 years in the industry as a network marketer, and I stumbled into iCoinPro realistically through another income stream that I have, and I recognized the engine that you guys are using, and knew that I just could not miss this opportunity like I missed the last one. And but the thing that really drew me to it, when I actually signed up for the boot camp, I learned more about cryptocurrencies in realistically 45 minutes than I'd heard from people for 10 years talking to me about crypto. And as I said, I'd always avoided it because certainly in the industry that I've been involved in, until I found iCoinPro, it was always some kind of scam, some kind of rug pull, some kind of system where they wanted you to pump your money in. Worse still, get other people to pump their money in to up the coin or whatever. And I just hated what it was doing. what I love, and I really, really love about iCoinPro, and certainly I know Justin's mentioned it before with regards to certainly with networking, most network marketing companies that I've ever been involved with has always been probably, you know, the auto ship would cost me $100, $200, $300, $400, maybe up to $500 just on buying products, and and then having to probably try and do a discount to sell those products the month after. Whereas with iCoinPro, everybody wins from day one. You learn a skill that just can't be taken away from you, and a skill, more importantly, that you can use to teach yourself to make money on demand. And that is just so powerful in this industry of, you know, so many things that are going on and around, you know, the industry, and, you know, people jumping from one company to the next company, then taking all your people with them, and then coming back and then saying they've got the next great product and the next great product. And, you know, our juices from a, you know, higher up the mountain or whatever it is, it's just been crazy to, you know, to see that how the industry's gone. So finding iCoinPro and being able to have a system that didn't rely on anybody else, just you and realistically your mobile phone, being able to learn how to trade and make money for yourself, that was absolutely what brought me into iCoinPro. And I've really only just started going through the trainings and getting really excited. Will be honest with you, I've been kind of waiting for tonight as the final piece of the jigsaw to be put in place so that we get the push notifications. Because yeah, like as Justin said, I am not one that, I do not want to be sat in front of a computer 18 hours a day. That is not what I planned, you know, for my life. You know, I'm in my 50s now. I spend most of my time walking my dogs in the dales. I love the idea of just being able to look at the phone, get a notification, and go trade. Happy days, guys. I want to keep this really short because I know that, you know, there's so much better to come from Justin. So thank you for letting me come on here. Thank you for letting me jump in and listening to you guys and learning from, you know, 7 years this has been in the making to get to this point. And me as a networker, so excited for what we've, you know, the beginning of the beginning has begun. And let's make it count, guys.
Awesome. Paul, you're muted.
Mr. Paul Gibbons, thank you so much for coming on. I mean, I know it's super late there for you, and you came on as a pinch hitter to try and help us out.
Yes.
We were trying to get Christian on, who's such a phenomenal speaker, who's got a great story as well. But sadly, he was having technical issues. And Paul Gibbons said, you know what, no problem. I'll come and help you guys out. He got out of bed, got dressed to come onto this call. So
you rock. Thank you, Gibby.
Appreciate it, man.
No, nothing to be. Dude, we all got to be in our pajamas at some time. But thank you so much. I mean, that is dedication, guys. Absolute dedication. Paul Gibbons, you're a legend, sir, and a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you so much. Right. So I can see people are itching for us to get to the announcement. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hand over to my.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say, like a good friend as well as my business partner, Mr. Justin Clark. I mean, we've been buddies for longer than what we've been business partners, and I'm really honored to call Justin a friend. You know, we chat daily. Yeah. Justin and I speak.
It's all professional conversation, no jokes or anything at all. That's what great about working with Paul.
A lot of memes too. A lot of memes. But yes, and it's been a heck of a journey. I mean, we 7.5 years into this now, and yeah, it's been so awesome. But Justin, I'm gonna hand over to you. Let it rip.
Awesome. All right, great. Yeah, we are gonna wrap this up here. We're coming up on an hour. I think this has been pretty epic and awesome. And as you can see, we are open books here. Be your own bank, residual global cash flow. Can you use a challenge account to trade crypto like you can trading futures? I believe what you mean there is some sort of account where you can practice. Yes, we cover exactly how you can do that. Practice trade. You can also practice trade in our portal that we have, which you can get, through iCoinPro. And that's what brings us really to the announcement here tonight. And, again, we've covered this is a 7-year-old company. If we feel like we're the new kid on the block, that's because of our 1-week course, our technologies that we've been able to develop over this time. And now this Powerline driven marketing system, which has ignited our affiliate base, brought in absolute legends like Gibby over here to this company. This plan that we have from the affiliate side, the network marketing side, drove another company over 1.2 million members. So it's extremely exciting. All the pieces of the puzzle that are here tonight. Tonight is Wednesday night. This is our cutoff night. So if this has piqued your interest, you're ready to get going, it behooves you to sign up tonight. You're going to get the highest position in our 2x15 fast filling matrix that you can possibly get. So, you might wake up tomorrow and have people already in your organization underneath of you. That's how our system works. It's actually really incredible. But to the announcement tonight, we are officially launching for all of our members the push notifications for mobile through our iCoinPro trading portal. This is a huge, huge moment for us because what we've essentially done, and if anybody is a trader or familiar with TradingView, we have built TradingView now for our members exclusively. And now 24/7, 365, I want everybody to look at these. You can actually just get notifications directly to your device of potential trades when they're happening in real time. You don't have to know all these different things. You don't have to be able to set up all these different things. The system does it for you. It crawls all the different coins. And when there is a hot trade, when things are ready to rock, those notifications are going to come out directly to your phone. This is a huge advance, and this is something we envisioned many, many, many years ago. But we have been working on building this system. So now we have eliminated the need for third-party software. Everything is in-house now in iCoinPro. And I don't know if you can understand how powerful that is. We don't have outside investors. We don't have, software that we use that isn't our own. We are a debt-free, rock-solid company building something that you can be proud of for yourself, for your children and your children's children. The people who are getting into iCoinPro and learning this system now, this is something that can potentially create generational wealth for you. And now we have the technologies that really will make it simpler and put this in the hands of even more people than ever. So I want to cover this here tonight. Before we log off, if there are members who are on tonight, this is for everybody now has this. We've had it in beta testing now for a couple months to smooth out any rough edges. But those who are ready, who are in, if you're coming in new tonight, you got to get through the 1-week course, and then you'll be ready to get the portal and get trading, okay? Sign up tonight, get started. You got the matrix giving you motivation. You got the 1-week course. You got all the stories, everything here. Now, no more sitting in front of your computer. Okay, we're giving Jason's phones even more of a workout. They're going to be pushing those notifications to you. They also come in on your smartwatch too, which is so cool. I know who's going to comment about this. Clive's going to say something about his Android watch where he gets the notifications, and it's totally dope. So again, this is all happening now. If you are an existing iCoinPro member and you have the iCoinPro trading portal, this is what you need to know. If you're an iPhone user, go to Safari and log into the trading portal on your mobile phone. That's all you need to do. The instructions are going to be there. It's going to walk you through exactly how to do it, but you got to do it on Safari for iPhone. Right, Jason? Okay, so he's got that now. If you are an Android user, you need to use Chrome, okay? Go to Chrome and log into Trade Finder, and it will have the directions and get you all set up in a couple seconds, and you'll be ready to start getting your push notifications automatically from the system. Our system works 24/7, 365, looking for the trades for you, crawling through all the different coins, looking for our pattern, exactly what we're looking for, and now it comes to you in real time right to your smartphone immediately when the trade is happening. We have never had this before now, okay? Before we did have to do some homework and we had to set alerts manually through another company that we used. Now it's all in-house. This is your one-stop shop for everything you need for crypto, from learning it through becoming a pro trader with this system and potentially discovering a brand new career path for yourself. So with that, everybody, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. Again, as Wayne Gretzky says, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Don't miss your shot by not even taking it. Take your shot tonight. You will absolutely not regret this. Good night, everybody, and we want to welcome you to the iCoinPro family.
Good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us.
I'm going to put up a quick disclaimer here for everyone.